Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Okay, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.
Wow. Good morning. Boy, did I have a morning and a night. Welcome. This is Bob Pace, and I am welcoming you to this live podcast to fight CPS with Bob Pace and to save your children. Your family is my utmost importance. I'm a family man. I have 6 children myself. I have 42 years of marriage experience of raising 6 children. And unfortunately, as I got older in life, I was thinking I was reaching my golden years, and at age 60, with now constantly is bouncing me from the stage, and I do apologize. I have somebody controlling my computer. They say that people can get into your computer and mess things up, and I believe me, it's been happening for months now. And I have utility programs and some virus programs, but they can't seem to find anything. And when I redo that, it causes me to mess up. I need to take my computer and have a professional people go through it with a fine-tooth comb and find out who is controlling my computer, if I have a virus or something like that. I'm connected to the Facebook rooms, but I don't see any pictures. So I assume that I connected. It's a question mark. But weird. I don't see any pictures. I see my YouTube picture, so maybe Facebook is having problems. It was really strange last night because for a week, this nice lady from South Africa has been trying to call. And she finally got in last night in the utmost terrible time I was. And she finally called in the midst of all my computer issues I was having. And I want to welcome Tessa French. I'm so glad that you're here. It says my connection is funky. Okay, well, it may be flashing because something's controlling my computer. Right after the show and before my 7 o'clock show, I'm going to hang out at the Micro Center place and try to get my computer worked on. Yeah, you're on YouTube. You should be watching me. I'm StreamYard is my application. And hello, Techum. I think your name is Alex. And I think you're from Pasadena, California, or you're from Ventura, California. I get confused. So if you all are just coming in right now, since you all are starting to text her, let me put up a message that would help me. Let me see here. When typing in a message, it tells you to put your first name and your location so I know where you're from and so forth. Northern LA County. I'm so sorry, Techum. I try to remember everybody and I blow it there, but your name is Alex. I know that. And Tessa, I welcome you. I have no idea where you're from, but welcome you. And I'm sorry that you may be seeing me with computer issues. I have a producer, but apparently she's elsewhere at the moment. I've tried to talk to her for 5 hours this morning. And it's been really difficult here. Tessa says she's being harassed by CPS in my county. I have no idea what county you're in or what state. I have a seizure disorder, and someone added my husband was beating me, and he was assisting me during a severe seizure. Now, CPS took my child, and I have a trial January 2nd. Okay. I was hoping they'd have a settlement conference before the trial to work out the differences. And hello, Lorato. You're from South Africa, too. Your friend Laika was on from South Africa. She actually was able to call, but someone may have hacked her phone. I don't, it's so weird because we live in a society where we're very suspicious. I mean, they got a guy from Nowheresville to take a motor scooter loaded with explosives and sets it outside of the general in Russia and kill him. This world is really becoming so high tech. We got drones flying all over the place now that people don't know what they're up to or what they're seeing and so forth. And now I have a computer that's been hacked, or someone behind the scenes is removing me from the stage and interfering with my operations here. Yeah, I know you're from South Africa, Lorato. I'm so welcome you. And you live in the Pachkatana. I don't know what state that, in a province. I don't know what province that is. I think it's a western province there in South Africa. Tessa, you're in Shasta County. Okay, you're up towards Merced County. Shasta County is up by Merced County. And you're in California. Well, pleased to have you. I have a lot of people. I have 5 people in Merced County that are having terrible times with CPS. Terrible times with CPS. And I'm here to help you. If all have not realized, I'm a family man, and I'm here to help you. You are now a part of my family. I will spend Thanksgiving here and Christmas Eve here. I'm on, 365 days a year. I've been on over a year. I'm on twice a day. You found me on Facebook, Fight CPS with Bob Pace. And I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. And I'm on again at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time twice a day. Except for Saturday and Sunday, I come on at 8 o'clock. I do so on Saturday because Vincent Davis, as you just heard, has a podcast that he does on Saturday at 9:30. It's a question answer podcast where he gives insights to help you in your case. On Sunday, I go to church. That's why I'm on at 8 o'clock. Now, you're in the Northwest, Lorato. Okay, Northwest part of South Africa. I have an idea where you're from. It's my son's first Christmas, and he's not with us. Oh my goodness, that's so terrible, Tessa. I was hoping that you could have a settlement conference where they could talk first before he goes to trial. Now, I think you were telling me that there was a misunderstanding from your seizures and your husband was helping you, and they thought your husband was attacking you. And that is typical of CPS. They jump to conclusions. They don't investigate it fully enough. And they only want your child because they got to keep the meter running. They make trillions of dollars off our children. They break up families for no reason to get the $1 trillion. They put people in foster care, which has turned out to be an awful experience for children. I've yet to hear about a good foster care program. I've had 3 social workers on here, but I've had over 700 of you tell me how awful it was and how they took your child even though they weren't in danger. And I know firsthand because myself, my 3 young children were taken from me and they weren't in danger. They're in school. And hello, Amanda. Welcome back. My continue internet or computer issues is following me. It took me 5 hours to get on this morning. And even I was on at 10 minutes till. It took me 16 minutes. I was 6 minutes late because I couldn't get my name to enter in there because whoever's controlling my computer kept my name out of there. So I did get that to work. I did get in the room finally. I think someone's attacked my show producer because she's not around and she hasn't responded. So I agree with the other South African, Leica, who said someone hacked her phone call and entered her conversation. She called me from South Africa again after the show, but I told her to save it to call in again. She wants to talk about her case and maybe some things how to do that. Now, how do you request this? Well, it's part of your visitation, writes Tessa. If you have a trial date already set, you need to have your attorney. And what I mean by attorney is a real attorney. The court-appointed attorney or the public defenders will do nothing for you. They don't know about dependency law. They're only trained in criminal law. They work for social services, so they're not going to fight your case. Social services, the CPS, the Child Protection System, is hoping that you use court-appointed or public defenders for not only you and your spouse, but for your children, because they can control the outcome. They want to orchestrate it so they get, trillions of dollars from the federal government. There's the 1997 Act that was passed by President Clinton. It's called the Incentive Act, where it gives extra money to CPS for getting kids adopted in foster care. They don't want to wait for family reunification because it may take a year. So what's happened is family reunification has taken a second seat to foster care. And that's wrong because studies have shown that the best parents are the biological parents, not foster care parents. I'm not trying to put foster care down, but foster care has been corrupt. It's been really corrupt. The children are abused in foster care. The parents abuse the children. There's rape and molestation that goes on. There's bruising. In fact, the CPS is so bad that they killed a baby in their hands that was only 8 months old and was found dead in a ball pit. That's those styrofoam colored balls where kids play in. The infant was found cold to touch, badly bruised. So the kids jumping around may have jumped on the baby. There's no supervision with the child protection system. That's in Macon, Georgia. Look it up. Amanda, who is from St. Louis, Missouri, says, how do you know whose phone is tapped? I don't know. You probably have to talk to the FBI. I have no idea. All I know is Leica from South Africa says her phone was hacked, her application. Her phone call was ended. And I don't know. I mean, if they can kill a guy outside his apartment in Moscow, Russia, so easily, they had a person from some of those weird names, not Afghanistan, but anyway, he was hired as a hitman and he drove a scooter, electric scooter, to the apartment residence loaded with ammunition and had a setting device and blew up the general and also blew up his assistant. It was a horrible thing. We have drones flying all over New Jersey, Maryland, Washington. There's drones and no one seems to do anything. Our president-elect says, if we don't know who they are, shoot them down. You know, there's got to be some control. It's privacy matters. If I have a home and I have, a sky above me, I don't want drones in my yard invading me or looking in my windows or seeing what I'm doing. My home is my privacy. I don't mean to get on it because we need to stick with CPS. So I don't know how they know your phone's tapped except going to the FBI. Tessa, who is from California, says, fortunately, I have a conflict with the public pretender. That's a new name. I mean, the public defender. But anyway, so I have paid for a county attorney, but she's not a public attorney. You see, when you pay for a county, hey, Grace is here. My show producer has shown up. Thank God. Welcome, Grace. She works in the background. She's what helps my show. Grace, I lost her. Okay, someone removed her from my show. Okay. You want a dependency attorney. An attorney. Like if you heard begin my show, Vincent Davis, my attorney, is a juvenile family dependency attorney with 39 years of fighting CPS. So when you ask for an attorney, there are two questions you ask. One, are you a juvenile family dependency lawyer who can fight CPS? If the answer is yes, then the next question is, have you ever fought CPS in a civil lawsuit, either in state court or federal court? If the answer is yes, you got the right attorney. You need to find 3 of those people and quote their prices. It is going to cost money. I had to sell my home. My home I worked 45 years for to get my attorney, Vincent Davis. And he is a remarkable man, but he does cost money. But he does a lot of free time. He has a Saturday podcast at 9:30 that you can see him and talk to him for free. Also, if you're a guest on my podcast or talk to my podcast by calling in, you get a free 15-minute consultation with Mr. Davis, a private consultation, a Zoom meeting. And furthermore, if you want to talk to him for 30 minutes or more, let me see if I can get this to come up here. It got taken down. The bottom of my screen, I have a website that you can go to that will you can talk to Vince Davis at $60 for 30 minutes. So there's many ways that you can. All right, now let me catch up with my conversations that are taking place in the room. It says, okay, my cursor is stuck again. I'm still having somebody hacking my computer, so I'm trying to move upward here. It won't let me move up. Oh boy. And now my image is going in and out of the screen. Someone is definitely moving there. The last message I have is Amanda. I'll put that up. She says the public defender I had, she told me she couldn't do a walkthrough where I stayed and do the area I stayed at when I talked to her a couple months ago. She said she didn't say that. Well, first of all, the public defender won't do anything but show up at the hearing at the court. They work for social services. They're criminal defenders. They have a caseload of 30 or more clients. So they can't really actively help you or defend you. That's why you need a real attorney. You need an attorney. And boy, let me see the next message. The next message is from Henry Baggs. Now, the rest of you, I can't seem to go up. Heather Baggs is saying, I'm fighting what happened to me as a child in foster care in Cecil County, Maryland. Yeah, I know what you're doing in foster care because they will keep a record of anybody in foster care and then come after your children when you grow up and have children. I have Faye Manley in Richmond, Kentucky, that's being constantly harassed, and she lost one of her childs to CPS's corruption. And she was in foster care in and out 5 different times. She was raped, molested, and sex trafficked during her young adult life. She somehow got a high school degree and got a college degree. And she's now trying to get guardianship of her special needs son. But they're flying drones over her home all the time. They're harassing her. They're making her life difficult. So I know what foster care does. I know what CPS does. So, okay. In Maryland now, they lied on my father. I got an SA in care that they manipulated against my father. I have no idea what SA stands for. I'm fighting to get my records. After fighting since April, they agreed to give me my medical, and a judge who was in my mom's TPR attorney is under 2 investigations. Oh boy, you have a mess, Heather. I'm so sorry. Heather from Maryland. Heather further says, because if breaking code of conduct to try to silence me. Yes, I believe it. Heather says, I have paperwork to prove it. Judge Brenda Sexton, we're not supposed to use judges' names. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we can use not attorney names or social worker names. Oh, social worker names, judges' names, and children names. So we need to refer from using them. Who is also an administrative judge for the 2nd District of Maryland and a circuit court judge. I know about the corrupt judges. I had a corrupt judge myself in my case in California. Tessa, who's from California, says, what was the hearing you mentioned that should have before trial? It's a settlement conference. You should have a settlement conference. That's where you talk about a place to put your children with family members, not in foster care, not in CPS's hands. It's a conference where maybe there's some wrong accusations where you can present and discuss things. It's a settlement conference is always a good thing to do before you go to trial because it saves the court time and the people time. Now, Amanda says, I was in foster care at the age of 13, so that means they start targeting my kids. Yes, they will. Amanda, I'm sorry to tell you that, but anybody who's been in foster care, your records need to be expunged right when you turn 18, but you don't know that. And then CPS will keep a record. So if you have children, they know you're fair game because they'll come after you. They go after easy prey, people that can't fight or don't know about CPS, people that have low income, little money. That's who they go after. And the reason being is the money comes from the federal government in the forms of bonuses, incentives, and free dealing of money. Like my 3 kids, they were getting $20,000 per piece for each kid for every month for 2 years. That's $60,000 a month. That is outrageous what they get for money to take care of kids. And all they do is they buy their BMW and their eyelashes and makeup and accessories and clothes and stuff. Mrs. Ladybug Bossy, welcome. She's from Anusa, Texas. My grandson was taken away from my daughter after my case with them out. My daughter was 14 when she got taken away. They had to give her back to me. Then they stated in court that and I don't know what they have there. Amanda further said, I requested for my records as well as from the boys and girls town, and they said they do not have those files anymore, which I know is a lie. They keep the files. You have to get a court order and a judge sign into law to state that they've been dropped. Now, Mrs. Ladybug, Rossi said, would get my daughter to finish services, really need help with they have violated civil and constitutional rights. Not only that, they've tried to induce. I'm so sorry, Mr. Ladybug. I'm trying to help you. I know you're typing fast. It's okay. I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to display it. Amanda says, I was threatened by the CEO of Boys Town and Girls when I got released not to say anything to happen there. Sure, they want to protect it. I know how bad Boys Town is. Boys Town had my 3 kids in a group home in California. Somehow Orange County is rich enough to have real estate property, so they had one of those group homes, modern new place. But they needed a management group to do it. And Olive Crest used to be the management group, but when they put it out to bid again, Boys Town underbid them because they don't know what it costs to run a home. And they certainly don't know how to run a group home. Boys Town is strictly for boys and girls that have no fathers or mothers. But a lot of time when families are taken apart, they have a mother and father. The mother and father may have done something wrong that can be corrected, or maybe they did nothing wrong. Like in my case, I did nothing wrong to my children. I did not endanger them. I did not physically abuse them. The same thing with my wife. It's all a conspiracy based on money. We have a senator in Georgia, Nancy Shriver, who was in her 70s, was murdered because she was sitting there getting so close to opening up a whole can of worms about CPS. CPS does not want to be talked badly, and I do talk about them badly because I've only had 3 workers on here. One from Maryland that talked to me, Carol, for 40 minutes about what she did. She was the clinical psychiatrist trained, and she had 6 months of training from Maryland. But everybody else I talk to tells me different stories. And myself being in the system, I know too. I wish I could go back up and read the messages. But somehow my computer now has been taken hold of, and it's trying to interfere with me doing my podcasts. My show producer somehow was removed from my show. I don't know if someone's attacking the law offices, but I am having a lot of issues right now at the moment. And I'm somehow able to fight staying on. And Mrs. Ladybug says she's doing too fast here. Let me put up my phone number in case someone likes to call in. Let me get that up there. Now, Ladybug said something about her labor. I don't know. I can't go scroll back up because my computer, they tried to induce labor. That's right. Your daughter there. And again, I'm so sorry to hear what they're doing to you, Miss Ladybug Bossy. Now, Life Few Faith is a new person here. They took from my mother when I was 14, I was pregnant, and there were girls trying to kill my baby. My mom won me back, but they took my son, and I've been trying to fight for him back since I'm only 15. Faith, are you 15 years old? I'm glad you welcome me to my room. My room is like a family here, people. So I got to post these comments up because someone's trying to be in my room and remove them as fast as I read them. To take my grandson, they said that to my daughter in Terrell State Hospital. Okay, you're in Texas, I know. She was pregnant. It's so much that they won't do anything. Oh, brother. They don't tell them when they try to tell them. Okay, I'm going to have to go to the next one because they blocked that message there. Tessa, we did nothing wrong in this case. I had medical episode. I know you did nothing wrong. Having a seizure is not wrong, Tessa. Having a seizure. Miss Ladybug Bossy says, retaliation of my case, they took her baby right after she had him and he was being taken care of and he got caught RSVP with item 2 and so much more. I'm so sorry. My daughter, my social worker retaliated against my daughter. What had happened, the social worker was on the stand and Mr. Davis was my attorney and he was questioned the social worker about my wife's sister and husband who wanted to adopt our daughter that we're against to. And he asked her what kind of a parent they were. And the social worker said they're great parents. He asked, did they have any domestic violence? She says, no domestic violence. Well, Mr. Davis pulled out a folder and in there were 30 reports of domestic violence. And he started reading them off and so embarrassed the social worker, she left the stand. And she went and told us parents, you'll never see your daughter again. And she influenced our daughter to divorce from the parents and the family. That's called emancipation. They can do that at age 12. And she did. She divorced mom and dad, her 3 brothers, her 2 sisters, and her both sets of grandparents, her aunts and uncles and cousins, all divorced. Then she changed her beautiful name to a completely all different name. And then she was told to seal her birth certificate. A child of 12 does not know these things. A child of 12 does not know these things. So she got a new birth certificate and put the foster care as her parents. Got a second social security card. She was getting SSI on her first social security card and getting second SSI on her second social security card. So these foster parents who together were making $500,000 a year with both their incomes were getting close to $6,000 from SSI. And 3 of it was wrong. And if SSI heard about it, a lot of heads would roll in CPS land. Okay, Mrs. Ladybug says, that's my daughter, Faith. Okay, her daughter is on the podcast. Okay, all right, now I know. Ladybug is my mom. Yes, I'm 15, and they're violating all my signs again. Well, Faith and Mrs. Ladybug, mom and daughter, you guys need to get a real attorney. And I'm telling you, if you're on my podcast as a guest or you call in to my phone number, you can get a free 15-minute Zoom meeting with my attorney, Vincent Davis. Or if you have $60, you can talk to him for 30 minutes. But you need some help from an attorney. You need this attorney, somebody who's trained in dependency law, somebody who's trained in juvenile family law to work for you, because you're being manipulated. You're being taken advantage of, that Faith and Mrs. Ladybug. We've tried so long to get my story. I'm crying. I understand. And you can call on my show and say your story. I had a lady from South Africa so badly wanted to call my show. And she did call. But someone hacked her phone. I don't know. There's a lot of spooky stuff going on in this world. There's a lot of spooky stuff going on. And I think someone has attacked my computer. And I'm going to I'm trying to read that last message here, and it won't let me scroll up. It's like someone controlling it's like I have to move so slowly with my mouse. I have a message for somebody, I don't know who, Mrs. Ladybug, in CPS, 2 ear infections and so much more. Judge never knows he's okay. Everything, they only give her 1 hour for grandbaby. It wasn't enough time. They took him from one placement. Oh, that's terrible. And again, you can call in to my number. It's 626-698-0990. Now, Amanda says, I requested for the public defender to put the files of the domestic violence. And she said that's nothing to do with this case and leave it out. Well, you're dealing with the public defender. They're not going to help you. You didn't hire them. They're criminal attorneys starting out. They're controlled by CPS. They're not going to help you. You need the real deal. And Miss Ladybug says to another, didn't tell us anything. Okay, I'm trying to help you, Miss Ladybug, and your daughter Faith, but you really need to talk to a real attorney that can help you, because what you need to do is you need to get things going. Your daughter's 15. If she's in foster care, she will be abused. It is so bad. I know it's so bad what you're going through. I've been there. Now we have our second lady from South Africa, Larato. My friend Lucy phone also got hacked. You see what is happening right now. And I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. We have the lady Nancy Schaefer that was murdered in Georgia. Now we're having good people from South Africa phones being hacked. My computer's being hacked. My message is someone's trying to control my computer. They take me off. They make me intermit so that I don't look very professional here on there. My show producer somehow can't get on. And so I don't know what's going on there. And I'm so sorry. Ladybug says, they told me I'm combative. Hell, yes, I'm fighting hard. It's illegal kidnapping. Yes, they do illegal kidnapping. They do illegal kidnapping. Okay, I'm glad you're here, Mrs. Ladybug. I'm trying to put your messages up. We're calling now. It's 626-698-0990, and you can talk on my phone, and I'll give you a free 15-minute private consultation with my attorney, Mr. Davis. And so that's good. You're going to be on the phone. Let me check to make sure my phone is not being hacked, because I tried for 5 hours this morning to get on. And now I got to go spend another 7 hours at the computer store to have them see if they can fix my computer. Okay. Phonage is on. Yes, Phonage is on. I had someone call me before my hours. I can only talk during my hours. Who called me from area code 240. I can't talk at night. It's got to be 10 o'clock time there. Now make sure I'm connected to my 5G Wi-Fi. All my sound buttons are on. Full volume. And so I can take your call, Ladybug. And I'm glad that Faith is with you because she can talk too. Now, Lucy here. Hi, Bob. Hi, Lorato. I'm glad you're back. I'm here with you. I know that Leica did call in. She called in twice. Mrs. Ladybug, my attorney got her number with me. They took my grandson from her right away. So your daughter at 15 has a child, correct? Did she have that child because she wanted to, or was it because of rape? Or is it because, and again, was she in CPS's care when she got pregnant? Now, I understand, Lorato, that you've been threatened by your caregiver. Are you a older person, or do you have a child that's in child protection system's hands? Are you an elderly person that's been abused? Oh, welcome back, Grace. Thank you. Grace is back. I guess she figured how to get back on. Okay, Grace is back. That's good news. And she can hear what's going on. I'm trying to help you, Lorato. Amanda, I had to shut down my entire computer in my devices because they all got stuck last night. Yes, mine was terrible last night. I had to work hours late last night to midnight to try to see if I can get what's ever attacked my computer fixed. This morning I tried for 5 hours. And even though I finally got my code to get back on, it was 10 minutes till. It took me 16 minutes to get on because something's attacked me and I couldn't get on because they needed your name and the mouse pointer kept moving all over the place like someone had control. Faith, the 15-year-old daughter. What's your number again? All right, I'm going to put the number up right now. And so so that you have here, there's, whoops, I did have it. There's my number. It's 626-698-0990. And I have right now about 15 minutes left of my podcast that I can talk to. Now, I got my number up. Okay, Faith was 14 at the time she had her child. Were you in CPS's custody or were you at home with your mom and dad, Faith? Hi there, Lucy. I've been threatened by my caregiver. Oh, I read that before. Okay, it repeats it somehow. And they took me when I was 7 months pregnant. Oh, God. Why'd they take you, Faith? What did your mom do that was neglect or abuse to you? Ladybug says, yes, she wanted to. It was her boyfriend. I didn't know that. I found out. I was there for immediately. That's what I had to do. Well, first of all, you didn't abort the child, thank God. But we need to get a hold of your grandson. I need to know more. So you can call in. Lucy, I've been threatened. Yes, I read that. Somehow my messages are repeating. She was in my care that CPS, after my case was closed, went after her, Mrs. Ladybug said. I was at home with my mom. She didn't know at the time. Yes. Okay, Faith. Thank you. Are you guys still calling in, Faith and your mom, Ladybug? Are you still calling in? Lucy from South Africa, Faith, the daughter of Mrs. Ladybug, and you guys are from, oh boy, I already forgot where you guys are from. She did nothing. My stepsister got into a fight with her boyfriend. I was back there. I know what they did. They called CPS as part of retaliation. And that is sad. That's sad. First of all, that child needs you, the mother, Faith, and your boyfriend, the father, and also the grandmother. Yeah, they took it because of unsafe home. Well, that explains it. Okay, are you still calling in, Mrs. Ladybug? You and Faith? My number is 626-698-0990. And Faith further says, this is the 15-year-old daughter of Mrs. Ladybug. Oh no. Oh boy. No, not that number. Let me put my number on again. What's happened is that too many things are happening. It's the number. If you look at the screen, it's on the left-hand side. It says, please call me, Bob Pace, 626-698-0990. I had that removed from one of my banners, so I had to make a banner for that. I know it's small fonts. CPS was there. It was like 9 p.m. at night. I know how they do that. And my computer screen is flashing in and out. Oh, good grief. Denton, Texas. That's right. Now remember, yeah, you're from Texas. That's right. Are you going to call in? My number's up there, Faith or Mrs. Ladybug. CPS worker was smoking in our door and everything when my uncle was dying. I'm so sorry about that. Geez, you have a terrible time. I had a birthday December 22nd. They took me December 20th, and my uncle died December 23rd. I am so sorry for that, Faith. You've had a very, when I hear stories like that, like the mother, okay, we got someone to figure out the phone. Good. Bob Pace, and who am I speaking to?
You're speaking with Faith and Ladybug.
Oh, right. Welcome, Faith and Ladybug. Today on our show here, we have an honored guest, Ladybug and Faith, who are from Denton, Texas. They have a horrible case. Apparently, Faith, at the age of 15, her boyfriend had a baby. And the mother, as soon as found out about it, wanted to help. But her sister somehow got in a fight with her boyfriend and retaliated by contacting CPS, who in turn showed up at the door. And her birthday was Faith's birthday was on the day before. And on the day they showed up, the social worker was smoking a cigarette, which I don't know why they would do that. And the next day, her uncle died. Did I say that right, Faith?
Yes. Actually, what happened? I think they're blurring out the messages for you to be able to see, but CPS, we already had a case open. My mom had a case open, and they took me. It was open for a little while. Once I hit like 14, I was like 7 months pregnant. The case was still open. They ended up taking me away and sending me to my dad. I ran away from my dad back to my mom, and then I ended up staying with my mom. She moved in with her boyfriend. His special needs son called CPS on my mom, saying that they were abusing them. Well, my mom was not abusing them. They started lying to CPS and stuff like that, and CPS saying that we were violating the safety plan, which we were not. And they ended up showing up to our home around like 8 p.m. at night. And when they showed up, they were just talking about, removing me. But we kept telling them, like there was no, like we trying to explain to them, I only come up here with my grandmother because I had to be with my grandmother in order to see my mother. And after that, my stepsister ended up getting into a fight with her boyfriend when they were in the back room because she was throwing shots at me, telling me, oh, that's why your mother does this, that's why your mother does that. And then that's when we were like, she was pretty much trying to fight me. Mind you, I'm pregnant as well. So I ended up telling her boyfriend that she was having sex with my brother, which they were cousins, actually. My brother and him were cousins, and he had sex with his girlfriend. And he ended up getting mad at her, and they ended up having a fight in the room. And I was back there. And the laws said there was CPS because they were trying to remove me. So the laws came back there spraying mace and stuff like that, and my mom had to come get me. And
did they have a warrant? First of all, why did you answer the door?
Corey answered the door, my mom's boyfriend.
Oh, okay. This is a rule I like to tell everybody out there. Please do not answer a door for anybody. If you don't know who's at the front door, don't answer it. You can have family friends do a special knock or a special ring. The reason why I'm emphasizing this is too many people are killed first when they open the door. I had a black airman in Florida, Gainesville, Florida, killed by a sheriff from Gainesville Sheriff Department. And he was only 23 years old. He died on May 3rd of this year on FaceTime talking to his girlfriend. So I'm telling you, don't answer the door because it's your castle, it's your home. No one will come in that door. The only time they come into that door if there's domestic violence going on. If someone is fighting and the children are involved, they will break in the door and come in. Other ways, you have to give them permission. When you give them permission, that's when everything happens bad. That's when everything happens bad. So, I know, I'm just trying to tell you, that is not your mistake. I opened my door, my house. I said everything. You're not supposed to talk to police. You're not supposed to talk to social workers. They have to have what's called a warrant. And that's my rule number 3, is that you need to see a warrant. And a warrant is a piece of paper that's real paper, not a PDF file on a computer. It's a real piece of paper with a wet signature by a judge during normal judging working hours. If the dates are on a weekend or a holiday during the week, it's a bogus warrant order. It's a copycat that CPS used from another case. And if it doesn't explicitly have your name or any of the allegations, then that's what it is. So be aware of that. I'm just trying to emphasize it because that's one of my most important rules. Go ahead, Faith. I'm starting to understand your story. Is that CPS was called? Who initiated the CPS call? Was it your boyfriend's girlfriend or what?
No, it was because the police came to our door because my mother had a friend that was homeless. Her boyfriend was homeless as well. They were staking out in the apartment next door to us, which was vacant. So they broke into there. So they had all of their stuff over there. So when the boss came, somebody had reported that they seen their bike over there. So they claimed it was ours because the apartment was vacant. So after that, they ended up knocking on our door. I ended up waking up here the night.
It's like a domino effect. I know it's a domino effect. Unfortunately, did you want to have a baby at age of 14?
I wasn't trying to, but when I noticed
okay. I know. It's not your fault. It's okay. It's okay. I know that young people have sex. I wasn't until I was 17, but today it's 12-year-olds. Well, I would say people probably in the 6th grade are having sex, and so it's all.
And see, me being her mother, I couldn't like keep talking to her for that because I had already sued her, and I was like, you should have told me, like, we could have did something about this. But then at the same time, I don't believe in abortion.
Yeah, no, I'm not here to be a pro-abortionist or anti-abortionist. It's a decision that people, the mother and the father, should make, whether they're married or not. They should make the decision. It shouldn't be old men or old ladies in Congress. Right. It shouldn't be old ladies or old mothers in Congress making a decision about the abortion. The whole abortion thing was corrected.
CPS wanted us to press charges on him.
Oh, I know they do. Because you know why? They're minors. Anybody under the age of 18 is called statutory rape. And it's more difficult when the people are over the age of 19 that rape a young girl. If a girl's under 18 and she's raped by someone that's a couple years older, he'll be statutory rape. 2 young people doesn't really statutory rape, but it's still a stigma. But anyway, you're in foster care. The baby's been born, and now the baby won't be given back. And now, do you have an attorney? Or are you using a public? Yeah. Are you using a public defender?
We're using an attorney, the attorney the court-appointed attorney.
Yeah, I know you have to because you don't have the money to hire a real dependency attorney. But be forewarned, either you make that attorney work or you get rid of him and get another court-appointed. And you may have to go through a dozen courts.
That's what we've been doing.
You're gonna make the legal system angry.
I've been doing that, and he told me that he wasn't going to do it anymore. After I did this,
You go to a supervisor. You go to a supervisor. If you have to, you go to the state of Texas. You go to where the state of Texas is. Yeah, you can go to the state of Texas. And if you don't want to go to the state of Texas, you can go to Washington, D.C. and talk to the health and welfare person. There is ways. You have to go on the internet. There's ways to protest. It takes a lot of work. People don't want to do it. But if you use the internet is a gold nugget that will help you. The internet is so valuable. You need to spend 60 hours on the internet on your case. But you can get that court-appointed attorney removed because until you do, he or she's not going to help you. They are determined.
They're just worried about her doing stuff.
Well, they get money. See, it's all about money. If money wasn't involved, we wouldn't have these corruptions. We got a government that's going to collapse.
They just want her to do service.
Right. We have a government that's going to collapse in 2 days. Why? They give $1 trillion to CPS, which is stupid.
Exactly.
They give $5,000 for a replacement toilet seat on a Navy ship. They send an invoice as ridiculously too much money. They give $5 million to a religious cult in Utah developing alternative fuel. Because they have a 501c, they created a nonprofit organization, a religious cult. They put a request in the government, and for the last 10 years, this religious cult has gotten $5 million, and they've not produced one drop of alternative fuel. There's so much government wasting. That's why you have the president-elect that has Musk, who's going to clean everything up. And everybody is scared. All the politicians are scared. Heads are going to roll. Things are got to change. We have to make changes. Why do I have to talk on my podcast and have my podcast hacked? Have it so that it's jittery. Someone is controlling my podcast. Someone's controlling. I'm going to go to a computer shop afterwards and hopefully get it fixed in 5 hours. I don't know. I don't have the money to per se to do it, but I want to keep the show going. I've been doing this now for over a year, twice a day, 14 shows a day. And by the way, you and Faith, one of you, if you text me your name and your phone number and your email, I'll get you 15 minutes to talk to a real attorney, Vincent Davis, who for 15 minutes will talk to you free of charge in a private Zoom meeting. All you have to do is text me to 626-698-0990, and I'll do so. I've had many mothers like yourself call in, be a guest on my show or call in, and I've helped them, and they've come back to tell me and said, I talked to Mr. Davis, or I hired Mr. Davis, or I did whatever. Yeah. But I'm trying to tell you.
And I saw him before as well. I've been in on some of his things as well.
Okay. Well, I'm now giving you a chance, since you've called in, to talk to him for free for 15 minutes. It won't cost you a dime. All it's going to take you is the time to text me at 626-698-0990, your full name, your phone number, and your email. And then I'll give it to my show producer who will put you in touch with Mr. Davis.
Okay, I'm texting you right now.
Good. All right. I have to end my podcast. I've gone over my podcast, a little bit too late. I'm sorry, but I have to end it at 11 o'clock. I want to first thank you all for calling in. Now, I cannot see my screen because my scroller won't go up to the beginning. So I knew that we had Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. I know we had Alex from LA County, California. He was Turin, I think it is. We had a new person that I forgot, but thank you for all of you guys. Thank you, Ladybug. Thank you, Faith. Take good care of that baby. Get that baby back. I know it's Christmas time, and I pray that it does there. And thank you, Lucy, from South Africa. I now understand your case. You're a mother with a disability and have a caregiver to help you. She has a daughter, and she wanted to talk about her case. She has her friend, Laika, from South Africa that tried to call, but she was hacked. And it seems like the caregiver wants her to lose her child, and she wants to hang on to it. So please keep in touch. I'm on again tonight, and I pray to God I'm on tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I've not missed a date yet. I've been on twice a day. And Amanda says about the life insurance. I know about that. I'm sick and disgusted. Say a prayer for me. I am Margaret King. Margaret King is another person. And Skytran says, look, CPS is evil. I know CPS is evil, Sky. I've been fighting them now for 15 years, so I know how bad CPS is. Vincent Davis, my attorney, was in foster care. He's been fighting him for 39 years. He's been, as a lawyer, fighting for 39 years. Okay, I got to end, Sky. It's already 11 minutes after the hour. And I'm not trying to cut you off short, but I'll be on again at 7 o'clock tonight. And seems that people say they want to help, yet they're the ones to be the ones harmful to them. They're not helping. It's all about money. Get it through your head. Our whole government's all about money. That's why you got elected President Trump that's going to take office. He's not going to get $1 for salary. He doesn't want a salary. He says he doesn't need the money. And I swear he's more richer than Elon Musk. But he's got powerful people coming into the picture that are business people. It's going to take business people to correct this country. Politicians are too much swayed by the corporate money that they get, by all the money that they get. It's all about money. We got to stop the money. We got to bring the lower class, the poor people, up to the middle class. We have no middle class. The United States has turned into a third world country of rich and poor. Yes, Trump is rich, but I don't know how he's able to pay all these lawsuits and maintain all these lawyers, because it's a lot of money. I can never afford the money he dishes out for these lawsuits, and they're still after him, even after he's elected by a majority of the people. The people elected President Trump. It wasn't politicians. The people did, because they could see the writing on the wall, that they know their life would be better. And on day one, you're going to see a lot of things happen. Our borders are going to close. We're going to stop freeloading the world. We're going to end the wars. We're going to lower our food. We're going to lower our gasoline. We're making it affordable. We're going to have a middle class, not a poor class and a rich class. We're going to have a middle class, which most of you people should be at middle class, but you're struggling. It takes 2 incomes to even support yourself in far remote places, whether you're in South Dakota at the Rosebud Reservation of the Lakota Sioux, or you're in Oklahoma. There's so many different places out there that need money, that need help. And it's sad. It really is. But enough of me talking. And it sounds like whoever is trying to control my computer has stopped pushing me off the screen and stopped doing it. I don't know what's going on. So there'll be a short message after my stream. But thank you, Faith. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Mrs. Ladybug. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Letitia. God bless you all, and I'll see you tonight. This is Bob Pace signing off.
Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Faith, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.